Alright guys, welcome back to another Masco into video. It's Peter, and today we're going to go over AGE quarterfinals here from the February Open. This was actually a pretty interesting Open here. It's like the first time we saw, like, besides like the Battle Hardens, this was like another one of those like 60-70 people like tournaments that were really showing like what like the new sets are and just like different things in the meta going into it. There was like a lot of different decks that I didn't actually assume people would be bringing. It's also like mostly SoCal locals, so meta little inbred. Also, people just want to play what they want to play and not like super into like a big ticketed event. So numbers really a little skewed. There's a lot of warrior there, which I did not expect. But there was like a lot of representation of KO. There's a lot of wacky decks that also made top 8 of this event as well, including this Teklo that we're going in there. Let me just show. Here's the top 8 bracket. So we had Azalea, Bravo, Dorinthia, KO, Kano, Dromai, Kassai, and Teklo, all full 8 different heroes in the top 8. Super diverse. Pretty good look at like what the room was. There was like a lot of different like warriors there, like all like even Olympia was there a little bit. KO was the most I think KO and Bravo were the most represented decks, and there's one of each in there. Just like a lot of like pretty interesting. One of the 4 Kanos made it. I unfortunately had a terrible run, so it was perfectly fine. But yeah, there's a lot of like interesting things here. We're looking at this Kassai versus Teklo matchup. Let me skip to the first turn here. So here, I do a little bit too much here, but all right. So skip a little ahead. So I really like how Teklo plays, but deck hasn't been like good or had shown any results ever. And this is like the first like time to you've like really seen it like top 8 in an event and do some other things. This matchup, zero idea how it goes. So the Teklo is going first because I put him on the play, and he doesn't have an Evo, which is incredibly bad, especially because you play like almost 20, like 12 to 20, and he's just going to activate Teklo, pitching 3 cards to filter his hand, and then arsenal the last card and draw back up. Then now we're really going to see what this Kassai can do, right? Hot Streak is pretty good against Teklo as well because he has so many attack actions, because this deck really is pretty much just attack actions and then Evo equipment, right? So see what this Kassai is. The hot streak's pretty good. Kassai did forget his gold token originally, so he is going to grab his gold token as well. And what I found really interesting, especially playing in this event and watching a lot of people play it, is like the differences of like it's just like the differences of how people are building Kassai initially, right? Like there was the one that was like super mid-range, had like springboard somersaults in it that like top-aided that battle hardened in Hartford. A lot of the people here was like, how many frontward pumps does the deck need? How many like attack reaction like go again stuff does the deck need, right? And I saw like a lot of different versions play different things throughout the entire weekend and before the entire event, and I don't actually know what is correct here, right? So he has a blue overpower here. Is gonna come over for 3 here, and then gets to come in with Atari Saber as well for 2 into Teklo. Does make the tokens off the copper token off the pump. I don't know what it's called. The pump beforehand. It's just a +3, makes a copper token on hit. So, and then he's gonna take the Saber, but it is pretty interesting. I think Kassai has like has a really good value game, right? I don't think like the deck is like inherently like super powerful. Like any of the cards that you look at, I don't think anything is like pretty groundbreaking by itself. Like I think her new specialization is pretty good if you can get all that gold. I think if you get all the gold, it's pretty good. And then if you, yeah, if the gold is good, if you have all the gold, then like the actual card is good because you can really turn on Go Again pretty easily if you have like a 2-card hand, and then you can just like keep swinging the things if you have like the resources for it. But it is like decently interesting if you want that. Also, if you want to play both the gold and the copper payout, and how many copies of each you want to play, and like also the deck, how many like, it's just pretty interesting. His deck seems like it has a decent amount of the forward pumps on it as well, because he's playing, this is like the third forward, like before you attack pump he's playing. So he has the slice and dice, which I think is a just incredible card in itself, right? Because it gets +1 to the first one, and then +3 if it's a red, or +2 if it's the yellow. I also saw a lot of different like ratios of this deck walking around. So, like a lot of people, like there's some matchups where I was looking at and they just had like an abundance of, yellow cards. And then there was decks that I was looking at that just had like, you know, some yellow cards. They're playing like half the amount of yellows than reds, so like it's not too much. As you see here, that card that he pitched is a Heart of Fiendel. I remember, yeah, Heart of Fiendel is that spectral shield token. It's like the hard part with all these fables is like they just curl and it's pretty easy to see. So yeah, Kassai really surprised me for, I don't know if it was just a how the local scene was in California, but it seemed like a lot of people were really high on like the warrior in itself. I mean, I know it's like a warrior has been a favorite of a lot of people, like a class favorite of a lot of people for a long time, at least. So like as a casual or like a mid-range level, not really too much like high level players ever actually play like warrior because it's just like never been good. But this is like one of them like pretty interesting ones to where I was pretty surprised that I was decently surprised of seeing all these people play warrior at this event. I did play a couple of them myself as well, and they were very teched for Kano, playing AB3 and multiple cards that like Oasis or like the Prevent 2 ones that are like give you a token as well. Like I think like this tournament was kind of insane about the people that were playing tech cards for Kano, but I think that will definitely go down by PTLA because I think people will have better lists at that time. So we're blocking here from Teklo. He gets to play this Junkyard Dog, which is quite good because he blocked with an Evo the previous turn, and now he gets the value of blocking with it and then banishing it with another card, giving an additional +1 to the card, and then being able to play it later, so it gives like a mini card in his hand. He keeps blocking the Hot Streak for like an attack action, when sometimes you could just no block. You've seen a lot of cards that are pumping like before you actually swing the card, and especially because he has one resource less floating right here. Like obviously he has Tunic ability, but he's swinging for 6 here with the Hot Streak, but it doesn't have Go Again yet. If you had like just one Evo, I would just consider blocking for 3 and then taking 3 to like 29 and then playing a 3-card hand if you can, like playing an Evo or something like that. But it does not seem like he has like a lot of cards he can really play with here. So you might just have to give him like the attack actions in your hand instead. But that is something that like we might see later, to where he could keep he could just block with like his Evo equipment, and so Hot Streak will Go Again because it's attack action cards. So we'll see what he does here. Teklo does want to block for like the majority of the game until you get to play like Singularity, or you get to play or you just get to start playing like all those like overpowered like cards. I don't know, like the 6 cost ones that get like cheaper and get 9 overpowered. Either discard a card like Kill Your Arsenal or something like that. Just blocked with the War Machine as well. So Let's get a Blade Flurry here. So this is going to go to 8. This is like the first 0-for-4 attack reaction that they printed in the game, which is quite good, right? Like, 2 on the first one and then 2 on the second one as well. So he takes 3 on the first one, and then the Saber's going to come in for 4. He's going to take the 4. And then let's see what he does on his turn. I would pretty much expect him just to play this Evo that's in his Banner Stone here. And then pass his turn and maybe Arsenal the last card. Okay, he's actually going to overpitch. Trying to cycle that last card. I don't know what it is because I can't see the art. But it's going to be able to play that Evo. So some of his deck is going to get turned on here. Be able to block with things a little bit heavy. It looks like he's a Fabricate, a Hold the Line, and just some other cards. This is definitely more of a like fatigue-ish style of Teklo, right? I haven't been like a super big fan of playing like fatigue decks into Warrior specifically. I think you just see like you can't go over the top of Warrior too much with fatigue decks. Besides like Teklo obviously gets to turn into Singularity and then like literally never lose the game or anything like that. So we'll just see. I think this was a good call for him to try not to block the first one, right? Because you've seen a lot of these like pre-pumps, so you don't know how many like of these pumps that give go again to the first thing that you've seen. Because you've blocked the hot streak to give it naturally go again. And he has two yellow attack reactions, giving the first thing plus. The first thing doesn't get plus, but the second, the next swing will get it. So now the Saber's gonna come in for 6 now. Does block with the Hold the Line on the first one, so it doesn't take the 2 on here, but he is now staring down decent amount of damage here. He's gonna block 6. The Saber's gonna go to 1 over. So he's gonna take the 1, go to 24. No on hits on this turn as well, so it's just gonna be that 1 point of damage specifically. Let me just look like we have a Fabricate and then a blue, so it just gets coming for 2 with his leveler. He really needs to find more of his Evo equipment to really get into. He needs to get the 4, right? You need to get the 4 pieces. He's only seen 1 piece so far, and it's been on arms, which is like the bad one anyways. But if you can get like double helmet to get the 5 intellect, or get the extra resources or the extra action point, that's where he's really trying to get into it right here. Because he's at 24. Eventually Kassai is going to be playing a decent amount of these attack reactions, and he's going to do additional damage to you. Because you're not really doing, because you're just blocking for 3 really, and then having like a little bit of defense reactions. I know you run like Fades and Sinks in this list that I saw from him, but it's not an extreme amount, right? Because like Mech doesn't have like its own class defense reaction, so it just has block cards at this point, which are pretty good. Like the block cards are good, but they're not like anything special. Okay, so he has that's all he got as well. I did see a sneak peek of like Kassai's hand, and he had a defense reaction, which is like pretty interesting that you played the defense reactions versus Teklo, because the only time the attack reactions are good, the defense reaction against Teklo is like the only time the defense reactions are good is if you, is like if he's attacking you. But if he's attacking you, you're kind of losing the game at that point. You kind of have to kill him and play this like mid-range like aggro game before he can get to like Singularity or get to the have 4 Evos, keep a 2-card hand against you. Because if he's keeping a 2-card hand, you're not doing enough damage, right? So, but now we have a blood on her hands here, and he's going to give additional swing, go again, and +1 to the Saber here. So it's going to come in for 3 with go again, and it can swing an additional time. Also does have the Kassai ability active for this turn. Did banish 2 yellows and 2 reds. Let's see. So he does have another Blade Flurry here, so it's going to pump it this to 5. Let's see. I know there was 2. That's all you got. So let's see if he blocks it again. Chooses not to. Is going to take the hit on this one. Is going to swing the saber again and has the blade flurry for 5. I think he made a conscious decision to just give him the gold on the first one, because even if he did defense reaction, the last one and block for 6, doesn't look like he can protect versus another like attack reaction on this turn, because he has this 2 block here, so he can cover this one up for 5, and then his opponent's gonna come with that hot streak. You could block with the arms here, or block the Warmonger's in hand, but I think the Warmonger's really good with limiting what Kassai can do on the next turn, because you've seen him play a lot of cards that like non-attack reaction cards so far, right? So he might be playing a Kassai list that is more like a non-attack reaction kind of a deck that wants to pre-pump and then like naturally go again to his stuff and not through the attack reaction so much. But that might just been like the top half of his deck so far. He might be still playing like Rainbow of the go again cards, or the max amount that he can, but just hasn't seen it early. We saw, one run through one of the I think it's Blade Runner or Blade. Literally the card the blue that is like, I think it's Blade Runner. I don't know. The blue he literally is just pitching right now. We saw a yellow that he had one of those, so he might not. So he might have a little bit more. So it does have one actually here. So, but we do have some defense reactions in our hand. We have a Sink and then a Fate. Looks like we have double blue Sink Fate in hand, so our hand literally does nothing like offensive or defensively. I think you should definitely Fate Presine first if you have Fate and Sink. If you plan on trying to Sink the card as well, because I think you Fate opt that you could put the blue card at the bottom that he drew. You see how awkward this Kassai's hand is? Not like partly because of the Warmongers, right? Because he has a Gorgonian Tome in hand, but he can't cast it because of Warmongers. And then he drew defense reaction. Looks like he drew another defense reaction for this turn, and then a blood on your hands. But he has zero copper, so plays a Gorgonian Tome, draws a card, misses Tunic Trigger, unfortunate. But it looks like he just has like a regular like +1 pump from his hand, and just has double defense reaction. But he drew a card, so his swords cost less, so he can't have been like pitched to play the sword, like pitched to attack with the sword, so getting one of the defense reactions out. So he's kind of stuck with these defense reactions in his hand, which is not good. I guess you could pitch for the arms, right? I think that's to try to filter. Does have a 1 cost in his arsenal, which is going to bail him out here, right? So gets the +3. This is the one that interacts with the arsenal from what you block, which is good. So he actually gets. Oh, you can't pitch. It costs less because you drew a card. I wonder if anybody stops it here. Yeah, from what I believe is Kassai. They cost like your sword attacks cost 1 less if you draw a card, so it should be free unless I'm mistaken. But okay, gets to go. I mean, gets both the defense reactions out of his hand, right? So it looks like he's just gonna block for 2 with his arms, and then probably defense react here. Okay, opts with the Fate, leaves it on top. See something that he wants. Has a head evo here, so hasn't had Evo, so we're getting to a point to where he can have multiple Evos here. The Evos are so good at blocking, right? Like, you don't have armor, and then now you like get a 3-block, a 2-block, and a 1-block. Well, 3-block and a 2-block because you're not gonna block with the 1, right? Unless you fabricate. But I think I would always opt basically any card that is an Evo, especially any of the pieces that are the ones I don't have. And then look, yeah, and your opponent now has like double frontward pump, giving go against the first one as well, so you can come with Saber instead of Hot Streak. From what I've seen, a lot of people just play will swing with Hot Streak if they don't already have go again, or if they have because he has the Spellblood here, right? So it's very obvious that he has go again. So you come in with a Saber first, and then you Hot Streak second, because there's no illusion of you maybe getting go again. But if you just like have like one pump that doesn't give go again, and then come in with a Hot Streak, even if you have the attack reaction that gives go again, if they block with the attack action cards, you just like not have to cast your go again spell, and then arsenal it for the next turn, and then you could like double pump it for the next turn as well. Or if you want to keep going in, you could just like all in and still give it go again and give the pump to the next one. But there's like some mind games that I've seen a decent amount of the Kassai list play at this point, and seen like characteristics of people playing the deck from the games that I was watching in between. There was a decent amount of Kassai, so I got a decent amount of data watching people play it. Went back, did get to watch the Kassai player that was in top 8 of the Hartford as well. Looks like he has double defense reaction and then a blue Evo in his hand, and he's deciding to block. Deciding to block with the blue card and the fabricated equipment on the top. Surely it's like it's gonna block for 6, and then he's gonna play hit and run, which is gonna reset the armor piece as well. Then he just has double defense reaction. I wonder if he should have just blocked with the headpiece and then one defensive reaction, and then you can just defense reaction the second one, and then keep a bullet and then play this Evo. But I guess like this line you can block the first one, and then you can double defense reaction. You get to opt on this first card. Okay, so we did it correctly this time. We opted first and then played sync as well. You can sync a card, so it doesn't like technically matter, but should opt before drawing. See information before drawing. But I guess this line you're allowed to cover more damage, right? Like you get to block the Saber out completely with the card in hand plus there, and then you already have one of the pieces in your arsenal. So basically any single time that you can keep 2 cards in your hand, you get to play this third Evo. So you're halfway into your Evo, right? You have an additional 2-block with the helmet, right? So he's actually getting there decently fast here and is blocking pretty efficiently. He has like half the amount of Evos, has half the amount of health right now. Kassai has been pretty much hitting like the entire game, so sees his opponent have Hot Streak, does have another Evo piece. So this is the question, like, do you have the go again attack action? Does have the go again attack action. It's gonna be a red Blade Runner, so he's playing the looks like he is playing like the rainbow of the Blade Runners here, which is quite good. I think Rainbow Blade Runner is correct. I don't know what a lot of like the ratios for Kassai should be, but I've seen like people play Shunt main board. I've seen people play Shunt like sideboard. I really don't know. This deck's like obviously super new and will be continuously get explored like tournament by tournament. But I'm pretty excited to see like at least one warrior besides Bolton be like actually really good in the meta as well. I just said that like I thought Bolton was just like the only warrior deck that has been good for like ever. So it's good to see that there's another one. Okay, is like in the swing, gives +3 to a to attack if it's the second attack swing of this turn, the second weapon swing of this turn. So he kept one card in his hand, didn't block with it. So this should be another Warmonger's Diplomacy. Okay, I kind of like this plan of like your opponent has to now have a go again attack reaction. He can only play the attack reaction in his deck and nothing like the pre-pumps before, which you've seen a decent amount of the pumps, so he's probably playing reds and yellows of the pumps, but his turn is just going to be Nourishing Emptiness here, right? So this is going to be 6 Dominate. Looks like we have the Boots Evo. Ooh, we're activating Teklo here actually. So have the Teklo, have the Boots Evo. So okay, I guess you could Teklo, play the chest, draw a card, block with the chest piece for 3, and then any 3 block as well. So block with chest, block with any 3 block that you either draw or have in your hand as well, so he doesn't get the 5 card hand with Nourishing. Looks like he pitched a CNC and then immediately drew a CNC, so a little unlucky. There's no block with the... Okay, is blocking with the equipment legs, so it gives him the out of drawing any of the banish cards from like the Junkyard Dogs, or you know, it's like the, is it Scrap Haven? It's like the non-attack that allows you to scrap a card from your graveyard, and then so he's just gonna pass. It keeps the CNC in his hand instead of just swinging his weapon. Costs only 1 now, right? So he could have swung just like 2, filtered the CNC, but deciding to keep the CNC in hand actually. So has like all these has a decent amount of the Marvel like Teklo Evo equipments as well. So looks like he has a couple of them in his graveyard right now. So if he draws that non-attack that he can double scrap and has 1 blue in his hand, he could definitely activate Teklo and play the equipment. Wonder what this arsenal is as well. Okay, we see a blue hit and run that's getting cast here, and then he's going to cash in, play the new specialization, which is going to do the gold one. So he's going to make 3 of these dudes. I don't know what the correct number of like making these dudes are, but 3 does sound like incredibly good, especially because Teklo can only kill 1 a turn, so he's going to leak so much damage. Like this is a significant amount of damage, that because this just comes in for 2 with go again, and then all these guys are just like 3, like 1 cost 3 go agains that literally can be killed on his turn, and just so this is literally just like 3 go again, 3 go again, 3 go again, and he can come with hot streak at the very end. Depends how much resources that he has, and then Teklo literally can just, and Teklo can only like kill 1 of them the following turn. So he's gonna block 3, block 3. Surely you just like, he's gonna block with a chest here, take 1, go to 16, and then has the hot streak as well. No blocks, takes 2. So this Scoopman are all gonna go to the 1 blocks here, so probably won't see them get it blocked again unless he fabricates, but looks like he has, like, so he's gonna kill 1 of these dudes, then CNC. I think you have to kill 1 of the other dudes, right? It's just so much like pressure and so much damage, right? Oh, he's gonna CNC Kassai actually. I don't think I like that, because like he can just block with boots, block with arms, block with 1 card, and then your CNC does nothing. But if you CNC 1 of the guys, then you only have 1 more turn of him having like the extra dudes out there. Yeah, so he's just no block with 1 card plus the equipment, right? But now he has 2 of the... He still has 2 of the dudes out, right? So I think he should have killed one of the dudes here. Be a little bit of an oversight here, because, like, I think the sooner that you're not getting hit by, like, this random 3 go again, 3 go again, I think the sooner that you don't have that happening, I think the better, right? So, looks like Nat has another Kassai activation. You activate this Kassai, like, so much in CCE, because there's just so much to, do. Expanding performance is, I think, attack action cards as well as hot streak. So it looks like he has another Evo in his hand and a defense reaction. So he could actually get out of this pretty efficiently if his opponent doesn't have an attack reaction go against spell. Man, if he doesn't have an attack reaction go against spell here, it's actually so good for the Teklo player as well, because now he won't get... He has Blade Flurry, so this would be 7, and then he's gonna play defense reaction, ops 1 to the bottom. Okay, Arsenal doesn't get destroyed because he didn't block with an attack reaction. Man, that's actually very good for the Teklo player, right? Like 7 on 7. He's playing the Junkyard Dog here. And is also attacking the Kassai again. Gets a scrap here, so it's gonna come in for 7 with the Junkyard Dog. Still not killing these allies, right? Like, it is pretty interesting. I mean, you do have to kill the Kassai at one point, but I think if you killed all the dudes and then she just goes back to, like, being a regular, like, just swing her 2 weapons kind of a deck. Okay, so we've seen the Singularity. So you see the Singularity in his hand right now. Let's see if he can get past this. I mean, he basically needs to arsenal that card, because he can't cast it right now. Looks like he just has a whole bunch of reds. I wonder what his arsenal is. Looks like 2 blues and a red and Singularity. So, okay, yeah. Activate Teklo. He's gonna pitch, like, multiple cards. Maybe keep Singularity here would be, like, the best option. Draw another blue. Somehow play this card in your arsenal. Okay, he's gonna play the other card. Keep the Singularity in his hand. Draw a card off the top. This is like pretty scary here, because like this comes in for 4. Then he gets to swing his... He's a pitch of yellow, so it might not actually have that many... Oh, has Fabricate in his arsenal. And then he's going to be able to put a card from under, so... I'm going to put Fabricate under, and then he's going to... be able to block 2 here. Oh, okay, so it blocks 4, because they block for 1, but Fabricate makes them block for 2. So they block for 4. And then this comes in for 3. He can get him blocked for 2, take 1 here. This is also going to block for 3, attack for 3, and then he's going to block with the boots. This is going to come in for 2. Has no resources here. Does he have a blue in hand, or what's the other card? I think it's another Evo. No blocks. Okay, gets a attack reaction here. So takes 5, goes to 8. Okay, and then these get tempered to 3, but because they had a what is it called? Because they had the Fabricate, the +1, they don't break from the temper. Because it happened, like, I guess it happens at, like, the very end or something. I don't know, whatever the judge ruling is. But it does get to keep 1 card, so I assume he's gonna kill one of these dudes. But, like, imagine if you just put the CNC into, or the Junkyard Dog into one of these dudes, and then you just have, like, he'd just be like infinitely ahead here, right? Because he wouldn't have had to like imagine the turn from his opponent the previous turn, right? Like he couldn't have swung the extra 2 dudes at him that took like so much block from his armor and then additional cards. He could have blocked the hot streak and forced his opponent to play something else or have something else. So okay, isn't a block the first one with his boots for 2, and then his opponent's to give the run through here, give +2 to the next one, and he's gonna come in with the dude. He's gonna block with the red in his hand for 3, and then now this hot streak's gonna come in for 4. If he has double blue in his hand, okay, so he has the sink below, is gonna sink. If you don't sink here, you have double blue in your hand and you're casting Singularity. Are we gonna sink Singularity on stream right here? Oh, that'd be so fucking cool. This is like, I love Teklo, dude. There's like one of the, like, when I saw Teklo, I was like, this is broken if you can get to do the Singularity, right? If you get to Singularity and get to do the thing, it's super cool. Oh, has double blue? Boom, gets to play Singularity. Okay. Also has multiple fabricates, right? So you get to put, you're gonna get the trigger of putting the 6 power from, he's gonna have 2 action points. He's gonna gain resources. He's going to have intellect, and then he's going to have additional intellect, and then he's going to have put like the 6 powers back on top of his library, which he's probably gonna put any of these overpower cards, or he's gonna put any of these okay, so he's put War Machine, and he's gonna put 2 of these overpower cards, put him 6 from the top. I think that's what it says, so gets to do that twice as well because of Singularity saying that. Does he have the Marvel too? Oh my god, this guy also has the Marvel, bro. This dude, I like this dude, bro. Okay, then he's gonna banish. I like this guy, bro. Gets to banish the 2 cards from under. You discard a card from your opponent when you attack, and then you attack for 6 as well. Has additional. Okay, then does it again. So it gets to. So your opponent discards again, and then also attacks for 6 as well. Dude, it's so, dude. When you Singularity, it's just so good. Especially if you have like all the blue quad evos, bro. It's so good. I love this deck. It's so much fun to watch. Yeah, basically it's an attack for 12, discards 2 cards from your opponent. Like he has to take basically like 5 to 6 damage. Also something that happens here now is like you just have 5 cards in your hand. All of them have go again because they're all mech cards that get go again. Also you block for 6. Like he just gets to block for 6 right here. He's at 8, so like he's in a position to where like he could just like randomly die, right? This is also like the one to where Hot Streak is coming for 2. If you block with a attack action card, then it's gonna give it go again naturally, and then he's coming with like the extra dude that he has, then like the saber as well. But I think he's pretty much checking like, okay, like what is the likeliness of him having like the attack reaction go again here if you just block with because his hand is literally like I think a decent red heavy here, which is why he's like kind of debating, because he has multiple like go against stuff. Okay, so he says no block, has the Blade Runner, so he's gonna take the 2, go to 6, gonna swing the dude, maybe block with the 3 block here. I would be inclined to block with my hero on this specifically because it comes in for 5, so gets the full value out, like it's a decent amount of value out of it, right? So if you don't know what the Singularity does, it basically transforms him into another dude, and then gets to block for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 with Battle Worn, which is insane. So he just like gets to gain like a shit ton of life, and then all the mech cards he owns now has go again, and then he acts like he has full 4 evos as well. So this will be 9 overpower with the on hit, like discard the card from his arsenal as well. If it hits, discards the card from arsenal. Kassai is the one that can actually block the attack reactions as well, pretty significantly, but yeah, because he has multiple attack reactions here, so he gets to block all 9. And then let's see what else does this Teklo have here. Okay, I'm just gonna swing the hero. So makes the Kassai discard the last card in his hand. Basically just gonna block for 1, take 5, go to 11. Teklo gets to arsenal the last card in his hand. And then he drew 5, so he drew one of the cards. He got to draw the war, and then he only gets to draw 3 now, because he has only like 3 as well. So basically from now on, you're hoping you just have like double blue plus a plus of one of the overpower cards, right? So it looks like he has double red blue though, which is like the awkward one, to where, but as Teklo right now with the guy, you get to just like 9 overpower your opponent every turn, and just basically like ask your opponent if that's enough, right? 9 overpower with an additional on hit. If you draw a double blue plus that, you can like 9 overpower plus he's running out of cards under the dude because he's swung a decent amount of times now. There's only like so many swings you get to do with the character after banishing 2, but it still is super good. Looks like he's his deck is pretty low from what it seems like, because he did block with a decent amount. Okay, has another War Machine from Arsenal, so wants to really figure out what the card in Arsenal is, and then gets to keep another overpower card into his arsenal the next turn, and basically bluff that he can also attack with his hero, right? Because this gets triple blocked again because they're all attack reactions, right? But if he has another blue, his opponent just like takes 6 and discards the last card in his hand, and you can like repeat that cycle from now on. Looks like he has maybe like 15 or so cards left in his deck, so you might see that overpower coming again. Just has a CNC, dude. And his hero only blocks for 5 here, so I mean, you get 1 card block from hand and then block with his hero as well. Block for 8. But yeah, it's a little awkward because you can't just block for 6 on that, because he already blocked 1 time. But it was such a free block on that other one. But it was just a CNC in his hand for like the entire time. So it's like pretty interesting. And then now we just have this 9 overpower coming in. Looks like his opponent does have a double defense reaction though, which is, I guess, pretty good here. Like, the thing is like I didn't think that these defense reactions would be good unless you get to start like with these overpower cards, which after seeing how many like true like attack reaction cards that are in, wait, he didn't draw a card from the sink. Okay, he draws a card. Okay. I was like, oh no. After seeing how many cards that like that are just attack reactions in this deck, like I don't think you need all these defense reactions to get into this side of the game, right? But the scary part here is, I mean, if I was playing Kassai, I would not take the 6 here. I would definitely block with that defense reaction. You just gotta hope that you can almost block. You can block Teklo out to a point to where you just hope that you can block Teklo out to a point where he doesn't have any more cards to banish for his hero ability anymore, right? Because you're not going to deal damage to him because he gets to block for free off his hero. And he's just chaining all these overpower cards, right? So I guess this turn is the one to where you're like, okay, well, I can block with, 2 cards from my hand, and a card from my arsenal, and then you're gonna swing another 6 with your hero, and then I can block, you know, 4 with a defensive reaction, and you do that. But it's like the same as if you just didn't take the 6 initially and just blocked 4 on it. Yeah, only has 4 cards, so only can swing his leader 2 more times. So this turn and the next turn. Okay, sinks a shunt to the bottom, draws another shunt like a Moto effect truly is, and then sinks that shunt back to the end and draws something else. Is going to come at him for 6 here, makes it into a discard card, and then I would just double block this here for 6. Yep. Now your Teklo opponent only has 1 more leader swing. Not leader swing, but like, you know, hero swing. I don't know what you want to call it, right? Leader hero swing left. Sees a CNC in his hand, which is a little awkward, right? Because like your red cards now, you want it to be just mech blues, because like you can still go like this turn, like specifically like mech blue into like mech blue go again into like leader swing, and then hope that you get your opponent like so down that you're just playing like an overpower 9, like takes 3 cards, and you could like fatigue your Kassai, like reverse fatigue your Kassai opponent. But maybe, I mean, I could see him just coming in with the CNC here, and then arsenaling that last card, because he has the blue card that like costs less for every evo that you have, so it basically becomes like a 0 for 4 blue. And a 0 for 6 with go again when you can transform. And I think he pitched a couple of the blues that might be coming back up specifically. And then you could go like, I think he has to set up an endgame to where he goes like 0 for 4, overpower card, leader, swing, and then you kill your opponent because your opponent doesn't have enough cards to block fully with. But you have to like, you're at 6. And you have like a 3 block from your character, from your like leader, which is really good. Oh, okay. He's gonna use the last 2 and leader swing here. Come for 6. Your opponent's gonna block this for 6. You have nothing left. He has a hold the line in his arsenal. How many cards does his opponent have? Okay, looks like his opponent has like less than 10 cards, right? So at least that's super good. Your opponent just passed, and you just have to pass as Teklo, because you don't doesn't have a play either. Oh, now your opponent gets to sack all this copper for free. Oh, that's so bad here. He just draws like blue evos and doesn't have an additional attack. Man, I wonder if just sending 6 with the like CNC was just better, because you still get 2 cards and your opponent gets like a 2-card hand, but one of them is blood on his hands. And here, but oh man, I guess if he didn't know what the next cards was going to be, like it's not like a bad move, but it just kind of feels bad like currently, because you did want to at least send like a 4 or like a 6 on this turn to get like a couple cards from your opponent, right? Because I mean, both players look like they're about to fatigue like through the game. So just gonna glint draw card, draws the hearts again, and then has the yellow hit and run, draws an extra card. Is going to be another 3. Has the hold the line in his arsenal, so I could see you block. Okay, so blocks with another evo here. Maybe he's just on like, I'm gonna block a couple cards. has another hold line as well. Okay. This is pretty interesting. Okay, yeah, because had the yellow, like... Oh, his opponent only has like 4 cards. Oh, wait, he accidentally drew an extra card. It's fine. It's fine. I think we all know what the card that's supposed to be on the bottom is. So like that's like he technically did draw the extra card, but the judge probably told him like instantly. Okay, so Kassai only has like card in arsenal, card in deck, 4 cards. Teklo looks like he actually is just fatiguing him. Like straight up. Although like, because Kassai just does need to have like a card that gives go again every turn. Like he's gonna play this blue hit and run here. Okay, so activates Kassai ability, which I don't think matters. So this is gonna have this hit and run. This is gonna come in for 2. With go again. He's gonna have the sword dude, which is gonna be another 3, and then he's trying to set up this nourishing to be 6 with dominate, right? To try to kill his opponent. Okay, blocks with this. He's leader for 2. Okay, we got the 3 from the dude. He's gonna block for 3 here. The hot streak's gonna come in as well. He's gonna block the Evo. He's just gonna pass. Let's see if he arsenals anything. Does choose to arsenal something and then draw the last 2 cards of his deck. Arsenal last card. He's gonna draw back 3 cards. That's something that you do have to think about, is like the Teklo only draws 3 cards instead of 4. So he doesn't... Well, this is also the last go again card in his deck, because it's just Heart, Double Shunt, the Nourishing, and Arsenal. So this is literally the last turn he can swing. Like the extra guy as well. So it's gonna block 1 here. You should know every card in his opponent's deck if he was counting this game, from like what his opponent was pitching. So it just takes 1. He's gonna come in with the extra dude for 3. This is the last time that extra dude can swing, because you have to already swung with a weapon. And well, I guess he can block with hot streak, but hot streak's gonna come in for 2 without go again. Just coming with 2 without go again, and oh man, yeah, the Kassai just has no cards that he can, literally no cards that gives go again anymore. Has just like Heart, Double Shunt plus this Nourishing for 6 in his arsenal. Teklo literally just fatigued him. That's actually crazy. Like the start of this game looked like kind of dire. I ain't gonna lie. Didn't look like. Really didn't look that good for like Teklo, because he was like at 20, had like 2 evos out, like 22 evos. His Kassai opponent was like firmly in the game. This is like the problem with Kassai, right? Like you're just like such a average mid-range deck, and like the only way you win is just like through like pure card advantage, but your opponent only draws 3 cards a turn in the late game instead of 4, and gets to block 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like, and then now he has the 0 for 4 go again. Dude doesn't have like, and just comes in with like 4, comes in with 9 overpower, and Teklo comes back with the win, dude. That game was insane. Just like actually reverse fatigues his opponent. Only has Heart in his hand and like Nourishing in the arsenal. That game is insane, man. This was like Dude, that's actually insane. For Teklo, I think I went through here a little bit more, and while I was driving back to Vegas from AGE, I did watch this Dromai versus Teklo game. I'm not gonna review it. I can go over it a little bit here, for us, but Teklo goes with a little bit of different style, right? He plays the AB1 off his boots, and then has the pistol and the induction chamber here, and just tries to like kill dragons the entire time, right? Problem with that is that Teklo only plays like he plays a decent amount of poppers, like around 18, which is like significant. But as you can see, this board here, a pistol coming in, like you have to draw induction early. You play multiple for this inner, but like this has 6 health, so you can pop like the endurance counter on it, and then it has 3, but you do 2, so you have to attack this twice. Also, like if you rate the embers, it creates 3 and you can only kill 2, so you like keeps 1, and so it like pokes you again. If you ever plays this, it's really hard. It gets to play Ghostly Touch for free in this matchup. If you ever get double dragons, you can't clear all of it. You can only clear 1, and eventually you just die. As you can see, like he just has like 6 ash wings. Like he has double induction here, but he just has like 6 ash wings, like this Asvali, like all of this, double burn them all, right? So he's literally just doing 3 arcane, which is like a full card, plus attacking with all this. And if you ever whiff like a popper, which I think like he literally dies because he just doesn't have a popper in his hand, he has like remembrance to then like Evo this stuff, and he just like loses to this board, right? This game, not even worth reviewing, I'll be honest with you. This is probably one of the worst matchups in the game in like modern day Flesh and Blood. I think like Kano Prism is so Prism favored if Prism plays like AB3 currently. I think this is one of like the worst matchups in the game too. It's like similar to like Prism Oldham, like where you just I've heard like Dromai Prism is like also like 90% Dromai and like 10% Prism these days, but yeah, this game's not worth like actually watching. Teklo does lose, and then Dromai does go to the finals, and the finals is going to be this Dromai versus Charles Dunn, which I will review for their next episode. I'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching this hell of a great game from this Teklo player in the top 8. Great run, makes the top 4 with Teklo, you know. Only loses to literally playing his worst matchup in the game. So, congrats to this guy. Congrats to Connor for the incredible run. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.